Hello. We believe that an expansion into Australia is a smart move for your brand. In Australia, you can grow as a brand and build brand equity. It would be the perfect stepping stone to bring your brand from a small brand to a household name. But why Australia? While Australia has a 60% overweight rate compared to the US's 65% rate, it is the state of the industry which makes it attractive. Australia is in its growth stage, whereas the US has plateaued out into a stable state. Australia's industry is 10 times smaller, yet has an 800% higher growth rate. This makes Australia the perfect opportunity for a small brand like you to grow.
Thanks, Marcus. So, segment the market. Through the analysis of the segment, as you can see, we decided the target customers as overweight, both male and female, age between 14 to 50 years old, and in middle class. Because go through this data, you can see that they occupy the big market in Australia. So we think they should be our target customers. And in the meantime, we don't want to drop the regular weight people because they're also important to us.
Thanks, Robert. Any marketing plan requires a clear objective. So these are the one we propose to you. For short term, is to establish the only distribution channels such as the e-shop to build a brand awareness. Furthermore, it's important to build a consumer base for the new business. So we also decided to establish a physical retail store in Chatston Shopping Centre. For the medium term is to identify whether we have reached the break-even point of the business. A business needs to have sufficient cash flow to support the operations. For the long term is to build a very strong brand image and expanding further in the form of a new store.
So these objectives are the foundation of the strategies. So firstly, the product and the services must not only meet the expectations but exceed them. They must be different, as this is what the customer will remember. These two intertwined will give you a higher customer retention rate. Next, the pricing objective is to maximize the market share. Through a low price but a high perceived value at a high volume will give us a level of market penetration using the value pricing model. The distribution channel, like Alan said, will be an omni-channel. The e-shop will overcome time and space constraints. Lastly, but just as important, the promotional mix. Recommendations are quite effective in Australia at garnering attention for a brand, and this is how you'll get your new customers. Targeted social media marketing is a must in this day and age as well. However, importantly, this must start as soon as possible.
So here's our implementation plan for opening business in Australia. From January to June, we need to finish our preparation work for achieving our short-term goal, opening a physical store. And according to the financial report in July, we can do some adjustments to try to get the break-even point in next year, June, and so that we can get a higher awareness and planning new store in December next year.
After opening the store in the short term, monitoring becomes very, very important to make the adjustments. Stock management has to be perfect. It is one of the most important factors in managing a store in Australia. Customer experience is important, as this is what will get you that brand equity so you can grow your brand. Lastly, advertising effectiveness can be measured through metrics and from being measured will help you cut costs in the long term.
So, as you can see, Australia is a good choice for your company. And if you're interested with our plan, please contact us quickly and we will talk to you more in the future. Thank you.